You never know what's going to come out of anyone's mouth. Welcome to the Team Victus podcast. We got Chris Mason as our special guest today, which the only goal we really have with having him on is to make fun of him and share some hilarious stories. But lots going on this week.
We had interesting people join.
We tried to, but then we had Chris.
So what's he doing here? As you guys can tell, like obviously I have nothing but love for Britain, but with Chris, it's a different kind of relationship. I'm still mad at a time where this probably happened months ago where Chris corrected me by using the wrong form of there on a post. Like I'm still shitty about that, but let him in.
By shitty, do you mean embarrassed? Because I would be embarrassed too. It was embarrassing.
I mean, in a day of swipe keyboard, you would think you'd recognize it was just a simple mistake, but I'll never live it down. So
that's right.
Good to see you, Chris. I miss you.
Hey, Chris. So on the podcast, some folks that you don't know, we've got Brooklyn, who works on the Victus team. Josh, who was an intern. He's the best in the world at pretty much everything he has ever done. But he's a new team member doing chiropractor sales for us. And Barry Wynn, who does all of our digital media and social media marketing, and all around great guy. So the guys, this is our friend Chris. He's terrible at CrossFit. He's, I think Chris's claim to fame, Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, would be that he has a dedicated page to his abs on Facebook.
Yeah, who set that up, Zeb?
Hey, I'm not kidding. Brooklyn, go to Facebook right now.
No, Brooklyn, don't do it.
Do it.
Please don't.
Brooklyn, do it. Go to Facebook right now and hit the search button and type in Chris Mason's abs.
Hey, don't do it. He's not going to fire you, I promise.
Can I say something?
He has 44 likes.
Hey, Zeb, you never really explained, why is Jason here? What does he do?
Comic relief, clearly. I add a little bit of, a little levity to the crew, I keep it light.
It really is the only thing he can do. See, and I hear Brooklyn showing a photo. That's right.
Hey, worth noting, Chris, there are worse things to be famous for than an amazing six-pack, all right? Like, I don't have an ab page.
I will never have an ab page, so...
Josh probably
does. Page.
Josh probably does. Josh could probably beat Chris in every sort of ab workout out there.
Josh is a male model.
Start making an ab page now.
Josh is a male model.
Can
nobody else
be clear that just because I have an abs page does not mean I can do ab workouts? Like, they are strictly for show, and I can't do anything with them.
Hey, you guys want to see something that he can't resist? Hey, Chris, show us those abs, buddy. Let's see what you got.
Do it.
I'm not going to do it. I will show you my breakfast that I'm making. I got some.
Hey, man, thanks for dedicating some time to the podcast, friend. No, really appreciate it. Real professional. But no, keep doing your paleo pancake.
There are some very funny photos on this page.
He's such a douchebag.
Brooklyn's looking down and she missed your abs.
I saw it.
Chris,
I saw it. I saw it.
She was trying to be tasteful.
Anybody?
She wasn't.
The video on this page with the red and white shirt that has strong AF on the back.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It actually says it. That's funny.
Yeah. So Chris Mason has no shame in his body, and frankly, hell, man, I give it to you. Shouldn't you got it going on? Good for you.
Thanks, Jason. I appreciate that. That means a lot coming from you.
See, he's not scared to just walk around.
Brooklyn, I love it.
Which is why we created that page for him, because his abs deserve their own page. I mean, the world needs to see these things, I guess.
Fair enough.
They are indeed that good.
Hey, speaking of crazy ab workouts that Josh could probably do, did you guys hear that Dre, who used to be on Rich's team, part of the Mayhem team, did 1,000 unbroken GHD sit-ups?
That's not true.
Unbroken.
Now, we should ask him exactly how that, how do you characterize that? But he did 1,000 of them. Actually, I'll ping Dre and Rory right now and ask him and see exactly.
When you say, here's what I believe. When you say unbroken, I believe maybe he didn't get off the GHD.
Right.
But I'm calling malarkey.
Which is
Victus
right
for bullshit. Make a shirt, Barry. Malarkey. It's our new catchphrase.
Malarkey, please don't. All right, I'm asking if he really did 1,000 unbroken GHDs.
Well, I think the question, to Jason's point, is you need to clarify what unbroken means.
That's
Yeah,
what
define that.
I'll wait for a response and see what they
Because
say.
my guess would be you'd pass out if your head did that
So
1,000 times.
I mean, I thought Josh said earlier, it wasn't on the podcast, but he said he could do 1,001.
Well, Josh is full of lies.
Oh, yeah.
Josh is just. I'm starting to figure this out.
Actually.
Okay.
Hey, so a couple of things. It's been a busy week. It's been a busy week for me and probably a lot of us. But really quick, probably the coolest piece that happened this week was, let's talk about the Morant family for a second. Ja Morant is damn Rookie of the Year. I mean, Uncle Phil and those guys must be losing their mind.
That's dope.
Yeah, I'm sure they had a good for sure. So, we expected, at least in our circle, but it was good to make it official. It was 100 votes. He got 99. We're trying to figure out who the one is.
Forget those guys.
We're gonna figure out who that is. I'm sure that'll be motivation. But yeah, well deserved. So hooray, Ja Morant and Team Morant and Uncle Phil.
That's awesome, man. So we should ask Uncle Phil, but like, how do they celebrate something like that?
Not so much in COVID. They actually shipped. I don't know if y'all saw the announcement. But they shipped a trophy to Ja's house, and they did the announcement and video conference and everything from the house. So he had a small family. I mean, all his family's there, so that's all he probably want anyway. A lot of his teammates are close, so he can celebrate with them as well. So I mean, that's in his humble fashion. He said it was his name on the trophy, but his family and his team are the ones that win it with him. So
yeah, it's awesome, man. Super cool. Super excited for those guys. He's going to have an awesome career and I mean life after sports too, right? If he sets himself up the way he's doing, I mean he's going to be he can be a media or business titan if he chooses to be.
Yep, and I think that's the plan. So it's just year one was a crazy year for him and the whole team, adjusting to the NBA and then adjusting to the new world we live in right now. So it was it's still, I guess the NBA is still going on, so it's still a crazy season, having a 2.5 month break and then coming back and living in a bubble for 2 months without a family member there. He's battle tested, so he's definitely ready for season 2. I think me and Zed communicated with Uncle Phil via text this morning, and that was the first thing Phil said was he's ready and getting ready for season 2 already.
That literally wasn't even like, hey, we're so excited, we're going to celebrate for a couple of days. No, it's like, hey, we're working on season 2.
Well, because now that title comes with a ton of pressure. Not to nothing he's unaware of, but yeah, when you're the Roy, you're the sophomore year, they're staring at you a little closer. So
he's ready.
He's ready. He's gonna crush it. Yeah. Man, we got to go. We're gonna do a Team Victus. We got to fly out there or drive out there for a game.
We will. As soon as you
can Josh play a little 1-on-1?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure Josh.
We all need to fly out there and actually.
Please, for the love of God, I would pay money to watch that. So funny.
Go to the court right at the back of Josh's house. We can take it right there, set up some cameras, and let you go.
Oh my gosh.
So many cameras.
That sounds so awesome. I
would be crushed.
I think I'm pretty optimistic we're going to have at least a number of treatments out there for COVID, hopefully by January. I mean, there's like 140 trials going on around the world. So I'm pretty optimistic by then, hopefully next season, we can make that happen. That'd be awesome.
We definitely should. And how close is that to Cookeville and to and Nashville? Isn't
Memphis
Chandler?
Is only 2.5 hour drive from Cookeville, so we could swing down there for a game and then go bother Rich and the Mayhem team for a little bit.
That'd be a good week.
Let's make that part of the next giveaway, guys.
Let's do it. Yeah, and I'm
as long as Chris isn't there.
Chris can come.
That should be that's the next giveaway.
Barry's being nice. He doesn't know you like I do.
I like Chris's haircut, so I can relate.
Hey, speaking of haircuts, look, Barry, I know you got to jump in a few minutes, so let's get this over with, guys. Chris I don't think has any idea what we're talking about, but everyone's got to show a old haircut photo that they would never go back to. And I went digging, Chris, for your Backstreet Boys like gray
Oh,
thing, and I couldn't find it this morning. But I'm gonna find it,
so
and I'm gonna post it to the Victus Health Instagram page as soon as I can. But in the meantime, you got to look for a photo. I got mine right here. You guys want me to go first?
Go ahead.
All right, hold on. Let me. Oh, I lost it there for a second. Hang with me. I mean, it's so good. All right, I'm gonna zoom in. Look at those locks.
Ooh.
Ay, ay, ay.
I mean, it's like
Holy.
it's like half afro, half like highlighted hair, rocking the necklace.
Yeah. Is that a show?
Narcoossi shirt? Shout out to Sean Murray and Travis Moy, professional wakeboarders and all around good dudes.
That's pretty awful.
I'll go next. So in 1978.
Sorry.
Nobody else was born yet, Barry. Thanks, man.
Hey,
oh yeah, Chris. Hold on, Chris is. Dude, Chris and I had the same haircut.
Hey, that's similar.
Chris, is Adam Sandler standing behind you in that photo? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I was Adam Sandler. That's right.
So my dad would cut my hair at the house to save $2 at the base, the post barbershop. So I found an action shot of Dad gets
Oh yeah.
Straight across. I mean, we were talking about he put a bowl on my head, cut it, and then he would.
Oh, it's so awesome.
So save those $2.
So mine's a two-parter. One, I'm going to make you guess which one I am. Zeb and Chris don't get to play. Two, my parents were never mean enough to cut my hair, but they were even meaner. They let me go out of the house looking like this. So I don't even think Zeb may have seen this, but so you guys get to choose.
I know this one is so good.
Which one I am.
Thug
Oh
life.
yeah.
Thug life.
Middle.
That's a glamour shot. So if you haven't guessed it yet, I'm dead center.
Yeah.
That's the Drew Carey glasses, flat top combo. And that is that's why I didn't have a lot of girlfriends in school growing up.
Come on.
Even now, it still haunts me. My wife hasn't talked to me in weeks since she saw it. Who's pregnant, by the way? Did we tell? I think Chris and Zeb know that. My wife's pregnant. Guys.
You went
Just so you know.
The whole world now knows you went public with it. Okay.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I don't know how many views we get on this thing, so we'll see. Yeah. So
Congratulations.
I mean, don't celebrate yet. No, don't celebrate yet. We don't know if it's mine, so we'll find out. But thank you guys. I appreciate it. And let's just say I was on vacation for a long time and came back to the news. It's weird, but hey, it's miracles.
Well, congratulations.
No, I hope it's mine. I'm really excited to see Brooklyn and Josh's bad haircut.
All right, let's
Brooklyn, can we see
who's up next?
Yeah, I mean, I never really had a terrible haircut. I tried to search
all right.
friends' photos because my mom did like the Madeline, like curled in around my face, like it was really short.
Aniston.
But I don't know, like I really have never had super short hair after that. I think I was scarred because it was so short. And then I never went short again. So it's always been long and curly. But I'm trying to find one of when I cut it because I cut it myself in college and I thought that it would be cute. And then I had to go get it fixed. And then it ended up being really, really, really short and it was super embarrassing. But I botched it. Like it was terrible. I was trying to do the back and I was like in a mirror and I was like, all of my roommates were like, what the hell is she doing? Like somebody help her. But I'm digging. Okay, so this is me and my dog. This is how short it got. This isn't too terrible. I'm sorry, I have a light in here, but it was short. But it was always
ever Brooklyn. That's
the worst one I have, though. That's the worst that I have. Honestly, I haven't touched it since then. I'm terrified.
You're
I
getting a
haven't been
thumbs
to your
down.
in probably almost 8 years, so I just let it grow.
Wait, you haven't had your haircut in 8 years?
Pretty well, I guess, yeah. Like, yeah, pretty much. I've always cut it myself. So after I tried to cut it myself, I was scarred, and it's been growing for like 4. So yeah, it's bad.
8
Yeah.
years. That's like half. That's like almost 2/3 of your life.
Yeah, pretty much. My mom always trimmed my hair when I was younger, so but it was super long then too. Like I just would never go to get a haircut. Like I think I did when I was like baby, but then I was like, I don't really want to go. I think someone cut it really short one time when I was young, and I asked them not to, and they still did anyway. So then I was just like mad ever since then.
Hey, time out really quick before we get to Josh. Hey, Mason, I know you picked up and moved. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, so did you catch Jason's math a second ago?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
he said, 8 years is like 2/3 of Brooklyn's life.
Oh, I meant a third. I meant a third.
No, it's cool,
I
man.
know she's.
I understand what you mean.
I'm glad to see that you're 12 years old.
Math is as hard as there is, so don't worry about
It's
I
cool,
like
man. You know, we can get him back to grammar school. He'll learn.
Look, Jason's the funny friend, not the smart one.
There we go. Here it is. Cool. Oh, Chris.
All right, Josh. Let's check. Let's. You got one? Can you show it? Are you driving? Be safe, first of all. If you're driving,
I'm not driving.
all right.
Passenger.
He's in a Tesla. He doesn't need to pay attention.
No. So I don't have any pictures to show, but I've been very adventurous with my hair. So there's like multiple moments. I wouldn't call them bad. I'd just call them like cool, I guess. But
What?
so when I was little, I had a double mohawk or a triple mohawk that turned into a regular mohawk, which ended up on a Christmas card. I've had that multiple times in my life, actually. And then first, second grade, go like the spiked frosted tips look. And then 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade, completely bleep blonde hair. Surfer look.
You
Fairly
gotta
low.
find some of these and share them because
There's a. We'll have to put this on Chris Mason's ab page, but Josh will make it his own. This is what happens when you don't bring your own photos. We should, which why you'd be embarrassed of this. I have no idea.
he's already got it
Look at
posted.
yeah? I know, right? It's his Facebook profile.
I was
photo.
just stalking and seeing the frosted tips like Sugar Ray style haircut, right?
I want to see the
Yep.
triple mohawk.
I
Yeah,
wanna
I
see
know.
that
I
too.
can really dig out some
Let's
pictures
bring
of that.
that back. Let's bring that back when you get to Charlotte. Let's scare some chiropractors.
Hey, that's hold on, wait. So has anybody seen Cobra Kai on Netflix?
No.
On my to-do list.
Am I the only one here, Jason?
I've been watching Umbrella Crew or whatever.
All right, hold on.
Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, what are your thoughts, Brooklyn?
Wait,
Have you
wait!
watched-
Don't change the subject on me yet, pal.
Oh god.
I just got to tell you guys that
Oh.
Cobra Kai is one of the most badass shows I've ever seen, and such a unique take on Johnny. It's about the Karate Kid. They got both Ralph Macchio and whatever the other guy's name, the bad guy Johnny Lawrence, in it, and he was always a bad guy in the first first Karate Kid, and they make him kind of like the hero or one of the good guys now, and it's super interesting. And all he does is make fun of his students. And Josh, one of his students, comes in with a mohawk one day after being this total wimp, and he basically becomes this alpha male, and it's totally badass. Even my wife likes the show, which is shocking. So I would say go check out Cobra Kai. You won't be disappointed. Ooh, that's a good one, Jason.
This is my high school graduation photo.
Oh wow. You got a
Yeah.
lot going on.
It's my Ashton Kutcher phase, minus the success and good looks, but I had his hair, so there's that.
Ashton Kutcher before Ashton Kutcher was
Pre-punk. That was the 70s show.
all right. Hey,
Chris, are you doing a WOD right now? What's going on, man? I'm getting a little nauseous just watching you move around your house there. You finally settled? You good?
Well, you guys were interrupting my breakfast, and I wasn't going to stop doing that. So I was eating and making breakfast, and then the lighting was bad. Everyone else looks great and glowing, and I looked like I was in a red room. It was weird.
It's 11:30 your time. Who the hell eats breakfast at 11:30?
And it's not like you didn't know this podcast was going to be happening. You just were like, hey, they're going to start up and I'm just going to cook breakfast for everybody.
Look, I'm on a very specific timed cycle of when I'm eating right now, and 10:55 was the time. So I was in the middle of cooking breakfast.
So I'm going to take a moment to do something I don't normally do. I will brag on Chris because so Chris is an athlete, and I mean that because I'm going to ask you to tell a story about when, and I don't know what Zeb had planned. I don't really care because I think this is pretty cool. Chris ran for how long straight? Like tell the guys about this. Barry, I'm not sure when you have to hop off either though. So
yeah, Barry Bounce, you'll appreciate this, man.
I'll jump off when I have to. But.
Yeah, man. No. But I want Chris, tell us.
That's what you're talking about, the No Business 100, which is actually
what is that?
So it's down in Tennessee, Kentucky. Starts at Pickett State Park, and it's a 100-mile trail run.
Over how many weeks?
30 hours straight.
That's depressing.
Running.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Like jog.
Yeah.
Like what do you have to consider like running? Like you just can't walk. Like you have to jog.
No, I mean,
fair question.
It's just forward movement. So really, you could walk. There was some shuffling. There was times where I maybe crawled down some hills towards the end when my knees were like blown up. But there is a little bit of walking, but it was constant movement for 30 hours.
Can you show everybody the picture of your ankle that you sent out after that thing?
Yeah.
I don't know if I still have it.
Oh.
So my feet look rough after work, and I sit down at a desk all day. Chris's ankle looks like. You guys ever seen one of those nature documentaries when a snake eats something that's like bigger than its body?
Yeah.
That's what his ankle looked like. It was rough.
Do you have to wear like a catheter? Like how does that work?
I think you just go, Brooklyn. You just go.
Another fair question.
Yeah,
I have to pee every like 20 minutes. So I mean, how do you stay hydrated and then run that long?
Yeah, I'm not really good with the hydration stuff anyway. So to be honest, I didn't have to go to the bathroom for 30 hours. I mean, there's the guys that are running up front will just keep running. And then the people that are like,
wait, they'll pee on themselves, literally?
Yeah. And then there's guys that'll like go into the woods, like they'll just pull off into a trail. I mean, you're out in the middle of nowhere, 3:00 in the morning. It's not like someone's going to run up on you. Like you're out by yourself. So yeah. But some people, if they're in a hurry, they just keep running. So
is it a race? Or is it just
for people that are good? So what Jason failed to mention was with my athletic ability, it's kind of one of those jack of all trades, master of none. Like I'm good at a lot of things, but not great at really anything.
He's not great at anything at all.
No, except math and grammar.
He's actually really good at math.
Yeah, so for someone like me that's just average, no, it's not a race. It's out there to see if you can do it. But for people that are wanting to either qualify for other races or to win some money, yeah, I mean, they race. Like they'll finish that. That took me 30 hours. The guy that won it took him 19. So
damn.
100 miles in 19 hours through, it had 19,000 feet of elevation gain through the whole thing. So 19,000 feet up, 19,000 feet down throughout the course of the race. So
it's a mental toughness. I mean, yes, obviously it's very physical, but like it's more of a mental challenge. Cause like we've all done, or most of us, I know I've done with Zeb, Tough Mudders and stuff like that. It's a relatively, you're only out there for maybe 3-4 hours. You're tired when you're done. But with something like that, with a goalpost that's so far ahead of you, I mean, you just can't be a quitter, which is why I wasn't invited. I mean, the first, okay. All right. Yeah. The many haircuts of Jason.
I mean, I'm just saying this is how I met Jason, and he had this like flock of seagulls thing. Chris,
undercuts were popular at that point. You would undercut hard here and then do a swoosh.
You remember that?
It wasn't popular.
Honest to
Josh,
God,
you're shaking your head
The only
no.
reason
So
that haircut was popular was because everyone came to the gym and they said, "Hey, who's the new guy whose hair floats when he jumps off the box?"
so,
Because you would jump off the box and your hair would just kind of like float up, and they would ask the coach because they were too embarrassed to talk to you, the weird guy. They
Chris,
thought that you weren't from here.
I literally thought he was from like Scandinavia. I'm like,
okay.
he is a European. There's no way somebody from America would get a haircut like that.
No,
I swear to you, that's what I believed.
Okay, native Texan, and my former wife thought for whatever reason she kept pressing against it. When I would fix my hair for work, I often got told I looked like a young Hitler. Yeah, no. My reps did not hold back. I mean, they were merciless every single day. So eventually I just went back to what I call the classic white guy haircut I've had since high school, and it does the trick. So I no longer have the teen Hitler.
Nothing too confrontational about that.
It was a rough run. But I got rid of that haircut and some other things in my life, and it's been good since then.
Detox.
So wait, Jason, before I rudely interrupted you, you were mentioning that Netflix show. That what's so good about that? The one you were just mentioning with Brooklyn.
Yeah, so here's the thing, Brooklyn, you probably agree. What's so good about it? Not really anything. It's just like, it's not bad. It's not amazing. It's not like I'm watching Lost, right? Or like Breaking Bad. But it's got my attention enough. Like, they all have superpowers. They're trying to save the world. As I say this out loud, it sounds like every other show that exists on Netflix. Brooklyn, give a better take than what I'm doing.
Okay, so honestly, I didn't get to it, but I literally watched like 2 episodes, and then I was just like, I literally can't keep up, because a lot of shows, like I'll watch The Office like over and over and over, and it's almost become like background noise. Like it just keeps me, like, it makes me feel safer. I don't know, like it's just something going on. Like instead
totally
of
understand.
So I couldn't keep up with it. I was like, there is so much going on. Because then they time travel and then they come back, and it's like then the world's being destroyed. It's very complicated.
It's an active watcher. Like my wife and I, like, we won't watch it if we know we just want to dick around on our cell phones. We'll literally be like, put on My 600-Pound Life if we want to do that, which is also a great show. But this one we have to put the blinders on, horse reference, and we have to watch what's actually going on. So
yeah, it's crazy. I can't watch a lot of shows like that. There's a few movies that I've watched in my life that are definitely like that. Like that movie Inception. Like you cannot watch that. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
I've never seen.
You have to be.
Bruce Willis was a ghost, right?
What?
Wrong movie. Oh
yeah, and spoiler alert. No, you've never seen Inception, Jason.
It's crazy.
I haven't.
Dude, it's Leonardo DiCaprio. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'll watch it.
But
I'll put it right behind Uncut Gems.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you end up watching that?
No, nobody did.
Nobody did. I did. I watched it.
If I want to watch, I'll watch Happy Gilmore if I want to see an Adam Sandler movie.
No, it's not like that kind of Adam Sandler movie. Just watch it, Jason.
That's why I don't want to watch it.
Just watch it.
How about Billy? Okay, I will.
Hey, Josh, have you seen Uncut Gems?
I haven't watched Uncut Gems.
Brooklyn?
Watched like every other Adam Sandler movie though. So
the last 10 minutes like messed me up for a couple of days actually.
Really? Is that bad?
Yeah. Chris, I mean,
but like that dark or whatever.
I don't want to say a whole lot about it other than watch it. And yes, I agree. And that's why I wanted you guys to watch it, because I wanted to have someone to talk to about it, because I had just watched it and was like,
okay, here's the deal. Homework, everyone. You have 1 week. That's 7 days. Don't act like that's crazy. Everyone watch Uncut Gems so we can make fun of Chris Mason and Zeb and say it wasn't that great. And if it is great, I'll just tell you it was awesome.
I didn't say it was. It's not. I wasn't saying that it was great. I was saying that the last 10 minutes messed me up.
Well, they said there was like an Oscar snub. So, like he was anticipating recognition.
He plays a really interesting character. He does a great job.
So you got to realize it wasn't like a big name production. You know, it was this smaller production company. And so like there weren't any like special effects or anything. Some of the soundtrack stuff was just a little off, but in terms of acting and the storyline, I think it was kind of a captivating movie. So, you know, I think you'd have a lot to talk about if you do that homework.
let's do this just to get kind of a baseline for where everyone's at from a movie perspective. We're going to go around the horn and we're going to say favorite movie. And I'm going to start with Zeb because he's to my immediate left. Zeb, favorite movie. Go. Don't be profound. Just pull the trigger. Go. It doesn't have to make you look smart.
I mean, I'm going to rattle off a couple that I love. I don't know if I've got a favorite, but like Dumb and Dumber, Happy
Unbelievable.
Gilmore,
So
Tommy
good.
Boy.
Yes.
Like even things like Last of the Mohicans is awesome. I love Inception. I don't know. I'm just things that are on my iPad. I mean,
All right.
all the
You're taking everyone
Batman
else's.
trilogy is fantastic. I love Iron Man, the first one. I think Marvel's done a great job of like getting people really deep in their characters. Sorry.
Let's go to Brooklyn. You've said way too many movies. Go Brooklyn.
My dad.
I'm really interested to see.
What?
Saw what?
What were we?
Well, I'm really interested to hear yours and Josh specifically, just because of the age difference between you and Zeb. He's so old.
That's how it works, man. You ask a question, then you have to stop talking to let them answer it.
I'm Zeb. Mute Chris, please. Go ahead, Brooke.
Okay, so I feel like this is just gonna make me sound stupid, but my dad and I watched Star Wars a lot while I was growing up, so I saw all of the old Star Wars just on VHS. So you can't go wrong with that. And
No.
then I have both of the Great Gatsbys, which makes me feel like very basic, but
What you mean, like the Leonardo DiCaprio Great Gatsby?
yeah, but then there's an old one too. So I like both of those. That's how I want to live my life. Like that would be, if I could go back, like that would be the time that I would be alive.
I wanna
Clapper Girl, right? That's what they call
Yeah,
it.
I guess. It seems very cool.
The only Great Gatsby I've ever seen was the Family Guy version, and that just tells
Oh my
you
gosh, I didn't even know
what
that
kind of.
existed.
Oh, and my wife, who's an English teacher, is like, this is actually pretty spot on because they make
Yeah,
fun
I
of some
bet.
of the things that go on.
Yeah.
Chris Mason, favorite
I'm
movie?
going to give you three. A funny one, Dumb and Dumber. It's my favorite funny movie.
It's a great
Thanks
one.
to Zeb. Serious movie, Shawshank Redemption.
Oh my
And,
god! All right.
Musical is probably a tie, Phantom of the Opera or Moulin Rouge. Next.
No next. No next.
That's
There's no
terrible,
next
man.
here. You said Moulin Rouge. Who are you?
I like musicals, man. That's like
I'm gonna move past you because I see how red your face is getting right now. Josh, you go.
I don't know. I watch a lot of movies. Shawshank is up there for me.
Gotta be.
I have to say Pan's Labyrinth, if you want to get artsy and dark. That's an artsy dark one. And I mean, I like Triangle. I've seen that a lot. It's a good one. It's kind of like a horror movie, and it's one of the ones that you have to pay attention to, like Inception.
Is that the girl on the boat?
Yeah.
I have seen that, and I didn't
Triangle,
know.
Write that down.
So hold on, Josh, real quick. My Triangle story was this. I started watching it probably about 15 minutes in, having no context whatsoever. So imagine going, yeah, you're laughing because you get it. I go into this movie and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And as it keeps going, it kind of builds on itself. And you're like, now she's back in time. And then when it got to the crescendo, the last scene, no clue what it meant. None, because I had missed it. So I had to go back and rewatch it. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, that's a really that's a wild one. Triangles. Yeah. Zeb, have you got, or Brooke, have you guys seen that?
no.
I'm
It's
gonna
a thinker.
look it up right now and see if it's on Netflix.
It's independent-y, kinda. Like it's not a major movie.
Chris Hemsworth's
Interesting.
brother's in it. Yeah. So he's the guy.
Liam.
Liam.
Okay. Yeah, that's another one of those movies you can't say. Well, one, it's hard to fucking explain. I mean, gun to my head, so many times what happens, I'm like, pull the trigger. I cannot get this done. So, yeah, that's a wild movie. Any other ones, Josh?
I mean, classic, The Fittest.
Never seen it.
It's the newest documentary on 2019 games.
Hey,
About that Rick Froning guy.
oh, that's his buddy
Is it Rick?
Rick.
Yeah, his friend
It's
Rick.
actually it's Ricard, right?
Yeah, like
Mhm.
Richard Broding or something. I heard he's good.
He used to be.
He's good at CrossFit. He's not a nice guy though. Like a lot of people don't know this, but when you finally meet him, he's kind of a dick. That's so
Dude,
wrong.
I
'cause
can't wait
it's
for
the
him to
complete
punch you in the
opposite.
face.
That's not true. I have firsthand knowledge. He is. He'll ignore you. He acts like you don't even exist.
So I just can't
The
wait.
best part about going to see him was when he's like, Jason, what's up? And I'm like, kind of surprised he remembered my name because, I mean, I've seen him twice. He meets a ton of people and he's like, Zeb, what's up? Other guy. Oh, Chris, you're so forgettable. So my movies, if I had to pick some, I'm probably right in there with Chris. Shawshank's amazing. I think we all grew up watching that on TBS. I actually prefer the edited version versus the prison rape version. Tommy Boy, as someone who's in sales, it is probably that is my movie. So the background on my laptop at work is the scene from Tommy Boy where he goes, chicken wings, kind of where he has that epiphany moment where he starts going into, now I get it. It all clicked. I'm a seller now. So sometimes when I'm at work, I'm just like, where are my chicken wings? Where's my click? Let's figure this out.
I like it.
And then lastly, Braveheart. If you ever just want to be encouraged or inspired and you just want to feel like you can, you want to get your ass off the couch, watch Braveheart. I'm sorry. It's one of those movies, historically correct or not. That's an important film, I would argue. So, I'll stop taking over. Zeb, did you have other stuff you want to talk about? Your tomato farm. Did you want to talk about your tomato farm?
Your tomato farm.
Your orchard?
Wow.
Your orchard?
My orchid, my apple orchids.
Yeah,
Your orchid?
orchid over there.
Jason sends out a text saying, congratulations on your apple orchid farm. And we're like, wait a second, is it apples or is it orchids? Because he didn't quite get that one right.
Yeah, they're those guys that are just merciless with the autocorrect not working. And admittedly, I didn't really look that close. So, but Zeb, that's a huge story. It's so huge, in fact, that they stopped talking about murder in St. Louis to talk about your orchid farm.
So
give us the high level on that, because that's exciting, dude.
Yeah,
that's
well, I mean, the fact that I was shocked that it got picked up. It got picked up in St. Louis. Some publication out in Idaho ran the story. I mean, and I get these national media updates, and I was like, Idaho. So I mean, for folks who don't know, so we've been working on this big, we call it an agricultural technology campus, which is really bringing together 3 folks that are some of the largest in the entire food space, but they've never co-located before. So we've got a huge tomato. Actually, they do tomatoes, leafy greens, bell peppers, cucumbers, berries.
Do they do orchids?
They do not do orchids. Those would be flowers. That's not what they're into. Thanks, Jason.
I want to look into it. They're beautiful flowers.
So we got this awesome park where we've got a tomato grower, a leafy green operator, and this big co-packer in the center. And it's gotten so much attention. I mean, the U.S. Secretary of Agriculture came down for the announcement on Wednesday. Because leading up to this announcement was pretty hectic, because it was, 8 people on stage, eight different speeches that were being made. I had to help make sure that people weren't saying the same thing. And then coordinating press releases with everybody. And I mean, we thought we'd get some press in South Carolina. I had no idea it was going to have. I mean, it just ran on just this morning. It was the lead story for this global. It's called Horta Daily. It's a horticulture newsletter that goes out, I think, a couple times a week. We were the lead story, and those guys are based out of the Netherlands. So, I mean, we're getting global exposure to, this project we've been working on. And the coolest part about it is, so these guys grow in greenhouses, and when you grow in a greenhouse, that means you can basically be pesticide free. Not basically, you are pesticide free, as opposed to, some people think organic's like the best thing you could have. If you're a pesticide free, locally grown product, I mean, that at scale, that doesn't exist. Certainly not with a co-packer in the center, that if you wanted to have a fresh salsa, they could package that salsa up or make a pesto out of it and have a 30-day shelf life with no preservatives, no pesticides, and it gets delivered within, literally a day's drive. 400 miles, covers 50 million Americans for this site. So yeah, it's awesome. We got to build it, but we did this huge announcement, and it's far surpassed my expectations. It was pretty damn cool.
That's awesome, man. Congrats.
Yeah, that's going to bring a ton of jobs to Hampton too. So
1,500 jobs in a super rural community in South Carolina. Yeah, it's a
Oh, that is
really
huge.
big deal. A really big deal. So yeah, we're pretty fired up. But we gotta build it first, and there's a lot of work ahead. Hey,
Can we get
Jen
Jen out?
Jones.
Can we get Jen out of the shot? Jen, you're in the shot.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Jen.
What's happening?
Nothing.
You're
Congratulations.
I should probably tell you you're being recorded right now, just so you know. Just
Formal. This is
She looks
business.
great. She looks great.
hey guys. Hey Jen,
Jen, come back.
tell the world
Jen,
something
I'm-
really, really funny about Chris.
No, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows better.
She knows her.
Hey,
Jeez, man.
In all
I'm
fairness,
terrified of Chris right now.
So Jen, Chris's girlfriend, if we call her your girl, what's I don't know what the
Yeah,
problem.
that's right.
You're no
Way out of his league.
Yeah,
Way out of his league.
by far. But
Like-
she would crush us in workouts.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
every time I went in, I was like, "Can I please at least win one of these? Can I beat you in one workout, Jen?" And she just annihilated us in every single.
So,
one. And
hold
talked
on.
shit the whole
So,
time.
Brooklyn, do you do CrossFit?
I
you
do.
work out?
No.
Okay, Josh, you do,
Never worked out.
obviously.
obviously.
so-
Yeah.
So when Seb tells this story, he makes it sound like that's like an impressive feat to crush Jason and him in workouts. That's not the impressive feat. She would crush everyone in the gym. That's what was impressive about it. It wasn't just those two that she was better than, because
Chris,
like the new people are better than Jason.
I got kind of strong. All right. I snatched 200 pounds one time. And you see, Josh will even recognize that's a feat. It's not 230, but I hit the 2. And then I never picked it up ever again. Ever. I quit CrossFit that day because I'm like, I'm done. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jen would murder the entire gym. So yeah, she fit. Real fit.
Yep.
It sounds like a trend after our guest last week. They keep talking about how women beat them in the gym.
Oh man.
I wouldn't even use the word beat.
Again,
I mean, destroy us. Destroy.
Nothing to take away from the women. I think more the takeaway should be starting to understand the level of their fitness for that to be kind
That's
of
a fair point. That's a fair point. Yeah, I'll put it this way. Britton and Jen could have hang in there a lot better with training with Rich than probably the three of us, admittedly, Chris. I mean, your main squeeze over there, I don't know what to call her either. I just like her a lot. Her name is Jen. Super fit. Just doesn't stop moving. It's great.
And I can't do a double under, so there's that.
Jason can't either.
I'm a quitter. Is my problem. I quit when things get hard. And that's
Jason,
not good at
how many
CrossFit.
how many double unders did you actually do for Tasia?
I did the video. I did the 200.
You got
It's on the
200?
video.
He did 3
It's not
double unders
3.
in that video.
No, here, can I tell you what happened? So I've never done a fast forward video before because apparently I'm super old and I
mean like a
don't get how
time-lapse?
technology works. Yeah, time lapse. Even though like this is the space I work in. The time lapse I did, I thought you were supposed to do the fastest one. Well, the fastest one, I went back and looked, it's like for recording sunsets. Now I'm slow, but I'm not sunsets slow. So when I go back to post the video, it's like 3 seconds long. And I'm like, oh, they're never going to believe I did this work. So it was way too fast or slow or whatever the hell it was for what I was trying to do. That's why, like, as I posted, I'm like, yeah, I was like, oh shit, Zeb's video was like 22 seconds. And then I look at Josh's, I was like, his was like, 22, 30, whatever the fuck it was. And I go back and mine's 3 seconds long. And I'm like, well, I didn't even have to do all that work. Like I could have just done a few and turned it in.
Which is what you did,
that's my story.
right?
Chris, how many double unders did you do for Tasia?
I told you I did a bunch, but they weren't on video.
I don't think that's how it works, man.
And now you wonder why nobody at Mayhem likes you.
No. Now you wonder why I complained that I didn't have a Victus shirt to wear while I did it so that I could support the brand that was sponsoring the whole thing.
Chris, I have
we'll get
so
to
many Victus shirts
And a hat.
hats,
I know.
and a water bottle. I have a bag. I have so much Victus stuff.
Well, that's
I really want you to know
That's
that.
why you're on the podcast, and here you are wearing a salmon shirt.
Yeah, there's Josh. Josh
Yeah,
has
and
a sanitizer.
Yeah, there
It's
you go.
not salmon. It's yeah. it's
Argue with me
salmon.
about what
It is
color of
definitely.
pink.
No, it's definitely a hue of pink.
Okay.
Again, $18 Banana Republic factory, which means slightly less nice than regular Banana Republic. I don't know, guys. It's a work shirt.
It looks good. You wear that $18 well.
Thank you. Thank
Hey,
you.
so we got.
Um,
I did want to mention the Froning giveaway that's going to be coming up is done on what we're the contest ends on the 7th, right? So it's like Monday. So I was talking with Rory. They're going to do a last post. We should do a last post just for anybody last minute entrance, and then we're going to be picking a winner on Tuesday morning. So pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
really excited to see who the winner is.
It's not going to be Chris Mason. It's if you've been on the podcast, you can never be a winner. Sorry, folks.
I didn't read that in the T's and C's, but go ahead.
It can still be my cousin's son. He is like super excited.
Big Rich fan. Just throwing that out there. Huge Rich fan.
Oh,
Brooklyn.
You
how
know
many
why he's a
folks-
big Rich fan? Because he hasn't met him.
right.
dude? I can't wait for him to just crush you. It's going to be so awesome next time he sees you.
He's not watching this. And if he is, I challenge you to a CrossFit off. Is that what they call this? I don't even remember.
No,
Sorry.
That's-
Go ahead. I'm cutting you off.
no, Brooklyn. Do you have any idea how many folks have submitted?
Oh my gosh. I literally stopped counting, but I think that we got to like 5,000 in the first
Oh,
like
wow.
2 weeks. So
Yeah.
I would have to tally it, but I literally just had to stop counting. Like it was crazy. I mean, my phone after I post blows up. Like I literally have to turn off the notifications the day that I post because it just like every 5 seconds my phone is like going off and then it dies in like 10 minutes.
So what should we do? Like this is going to be an awesome event on the 25th to 27th at the Train with Rich at CrossFit Mayhem. But what should we do? We're going to do this again, right? We should do it again in the spring, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I thought just off the cuff, like going down and doing going to Memphis and doing a Grizzlies experience and then going up to Mayhem could be like super cool. Meeting John Morant and the family, kind of pulling something like that off for the next winter. I mean, how do we make this like? I love the idea of like creating really, really cool, unique, special experiences for folks. Just because I think that's what gets me fired up. So I think other people should too. But like, how do we make that bigger, better? What do you guys think? Chris, you're an outsider looking in. How do we do it better next time?
I don't know if there is so I think what you described is kind of a cool idea. I don't know if you go better though. Like for I think the people that you're trying to reach and the kind of the market that I think is interested. I mean, it felt like you went really big with the first one, and
Top shelf. Top shelf. Like, I mean, I agree with you, Chris.
Like,
I look at this, I'm like, this is a CrossFitter's dream.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you try and top that every time, I feel like you're going to be grasping at straws. I like that. You have kind of set the bar, and I feel like I don't want to say you have to pull back a little bit, but I feel like if you keep trying to go up and up from there, you're going to be out of luck. Because
wait a second. So you're saying if we offer up, say, and I have not asked them about this, right? But if we offer up a private meet and greet, flights and all, everything included, on NetJets or not, to play a game of horse with John Morant, Rookie of the Year, that's not at the same level or better for an NBA.
I'd say it's at the same level. So that's what I'm saying. Like that kind of experience, I think is if you can sustain that kind of across the board, I think you've nailed it. If that is a sustainable option, then yeah, absolutely. I just don't know how you can top it. Like, I don't know how you improve on what you've done, because that whole idea, personal travel, an opportunity to hang out with, a legend and perhaps a role model, perhaps kind of an idol of yours in your sport. And,
and then also Rich Froning too.
Yeah. Right. And then Rich, right. I mean, that's like that whole thing to your, creating memories and experiences that you want to be a part of. I think you nailed it. So
Yeah.
You know, if you just make that your playbook and try and hit that every time, I think you're going to be in a good spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we also have those 2 runners up that get free product for a year. So
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Plus the
I
winners get
think
product for a year too. So it's awesome.
I think you could make it fun and make them write their own WOD against Rich Froning, so that they can say, well, no, because I think it'd be cool. Because one of the coolest memories I have of kind of any of the training with Rich as we had was when he was
Was it-
working out with us. Now
Was it
I know a
when
lot
you
of
put the birthday cake in your face, because that was one of my favorites.
yeah, I don't want to. My legal team has told me I'm not allowed to discuss that publicly, so it's still we're working on it. No, I thought one of the coolest things was our first time we were at OG Mayhem, and when he was actually doing the WODs with us. Now I understand, I totally get it. All jokes aside, that they're training the other couple of times we were there, and I don't expect them to slow down for us, right? But it would be cool if, like, worked in there's like, hey, you and Rich either do a team WOD or you versus Rich, or some kind of WOD specific to, because that just it's to me that would be like cherry on top, right? Like for Josh, question, you're a CrossFitter, you're in the thick of things right now. If you could say you did a team WOD or a WOD against Rich Froning, you'd say that's pretty badass, right?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Like I'm not giving them an option to say no. You like that sales technique? You'd agree with that, right?
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, it would though. That'd be cool. It'd be a cool video too. So maybe just small critiques like that. What's that?
Train with like the Mayhem team, even that'd be really
No, Josh, you can't be on the team. I don't know how else
He already
to say
said
that.
he's the
And
best
stop
in the
texting
world
me.
at this.
Stop texting me outside the group text and asking me if I can get you on the team. It's a no, bro. I don't have that kind of pull. Gosh.
So I'll give a little teaser out there for everybody else. Like, we are in conversations, and I don't know if we're going to be able to. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm super intrigued by it. But we're in conversations with, like, arguably one of the best mountain climbers in the world, who Jason and Chris know and have met, as possibly joining Team Victus. So fingers crossed we can reach an agreement on something like that, because it would be super cool. But then, talk about these curated experiences, right? You go out and you include that particular gentleman in something that he's about to go do something that has never been done before in the world. Um, a winner wouldn't go out and do that with him, but they'd have a pretty awesome time if that's what they loved, right? So I don't know. I'm excited about that. I love ideas. If you guys think anything that we can put out there that get people excited, it just gets me fired up.
Yeah, I mean, if you play to your strengths with all of the different sponsors, like a UFC kind of trip, a CrossFit trip, a mountain climbing or outdoors kind of, I'm not sure what people do outside, honestly, but whatever that is, trip. I haven't been outside in months, guys. There's no AC. It'd be interesting. Plus, it would kind of cast a wider net instead of just the CrossFit market.
Yeah, no doubt. Athletics in general certainly has always been something that is applicable for all of Victus Health and everything that we do. So no doubt. All right. Hey, we got 5 minutes left. Anybody got anything burning on their mind they wanted to talk about that we didn't cover, besides making fun of Chris?
Did you watch that Warren Buffett movie on?
If you haven't noticed, Chris, I've been a little busy this week. Couple of things were going on, so I will try to get. Warren Buffett turned 90 a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Holy man.
Bill Gates baked him a cake.
Yep.
Did he really?
So they talked a lot about that relationship in the documentary.
Yeah, it's pretty. So for those who don't know, I got to play poker against Warren Buffett. This is 2015. Yeah, we got seated at the same table for a charity poker event, and that is one of the coolest, most humble dudes. Like, if he doesn't have a security detail. Like, I heard stories, friends were telling me stories who've known him for a really long time, that he would walk around the streets in New York City and, there'd be nobody with him. He's just totally fine going around on his own. Like, he goes down for lunch. He goes to Dairy Queen and orders double cheeseburgers and dilly bars. So that dude is, not high maintenance at all, and been insanely successful. So, happy birthday, Mr. Buffett. We know you're listening.
Let's do a trip with where you get to eat International House of Pancakes with with Warren Buffett.
No,
Jason,
so he's
Jason,
he-
change that restaurant right now, dude.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm frozen right now. I am Waffle House with Warren Buffett. Waffles and Warren. That's what we'll call it. Tagline already created.
So
I will
so
tag.
the
I will
documentary
tag two
talks about
friends.
how he eats the same 3 things every morning. So depending on how frugal he's feeling that day, he'll either buy, and he goes to McDonald's every morning. It's either a $2.74 meal, a $2.95 meal, or a $3.14 meal. So if he's feeling kind of like he can splurge, like one morning he was like, "Oh, the market's down a little bit. I've got to go with the $2.91 meal or whatever it is," which is like an egg McMuffin. And so he'll eat one of those same 3 things every morning for breakfast, which was
Doesn't he wear like a not high end watch? Like I know Bill Gates wears a Casio Marlin, which is just a $49 Casio diver's watch. And I want to say Warren Buffett is the same, where he wears something that you're just, it's like so unassuming.
Yeah, and
Where
he drives.
obviously
He drives a. I think it was a Lincoln Town Car. It's all he's ever
Yep.
owned. He drives them for like 5-6 years, and then trades them in. He's not now. Granted, he flies on a he owns one of the largest, best private aviation companies, NetJets, in the world, and he owns a lot of stuff. So he has some things that are obviously super nice, but he's got other things he just doesn't. Yeah, it's not important to him.
Warren, it's your birthday. Splurge.
He's walking around by himself. I'm sure he doesn't want to get mugged, but for a watch.
Yeah, he doesn't need to.
No
Hey,
security.
we've been on for an hour. It was awesome having everybody. Victus Podcast, Team Victus, victushealth.com. Thanks, Chris Mason, for joining, adding some levity for everybody. We miss you, man.
I figured I had to come in and step in to be the funny guy since your only other option is Jason.
Doesn't get
So-
very.
Hey, Chris, before we go, man, I just want to say one last thing to you. Tell Jen I said hi.
Thanks, Jason. I'll let her know.
All right, everybody. Be safe out there. We'll chat in a week or two.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.
See you guys later.